TV every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in Montreal. And today I had a special request from Jenny to do, it's called like a Korean style butterfly bracelet. And I looked it up and it seems to be a bit of a trend on TikTok, people making these with old bangle bracelets and stuff. So I'm going to put my own little spin on it. I did some sketches and we are going to kind of figure it out as we go along, as we do. So let's go ahead and flip the screen and get started. Oh, actually I don't have to flip it that way. I have to do it this way and then this way. And we hope we are not going to be upside down or back to front. I think we're okay. So let me go ahead and check this out. I just got these little here and we're gonna move that one there. I'm gonna get my tools and let's see what we got. Okay, I have to pull up the video on the live. I'm probably gonna have to adjust my position a little bit. Oh, and now I'm having trouble pulling it up on my computer. Where are we? We are gonna go to my channel. And we are indeed live. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna have to adjust things a little bit. I'm gonna have to move over a little bit and move my beads over here. I also pulled up my resin, so we're gonna do some resin. And hi Amber, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, I'd never heard of this Korean style butterfly bracelet, but I guess maybe it's something that they sell maybe on Temu or something, I don't know. And a few people have done tutorials about it. So I thought, well, why don't we try something? So let me just get everything that we need. I have some different wires here that I'm gonna experiment with. And like I said, I have the resin as well. So we'll do something with the resin as well. And I should probably show you guys what it is. I'll link up some other videos of people making them, because they're kind of cute. But what they do is they actually take a bangle bracelet, and I found a few, but these I think are going to be too flimsy, and I don't even think I can cut this one. It's too solid. But the idea that is going around is that you take a bangle and you cut it and then you add things to it. But this is too thick, this is too thin, so I'm going to make my own. A couple of different ways. I'm going to try something with a thicker. This is the aluminum that I've been using for the plant holders. Speaking of which, I made another one because I had used 12 gauge wire, but then I had some 9 gauge wire. So I made another one with the 9 gauge wire with some sea glass. So I filmed that and I'll post that video soon. So the 9 gauge is actually stronger than the 12 gauge, but the 12 gauge works in a pinch. Okay, so let's stop delaying and see what we're going to do. So this one is, let's get some 16 gauge wire, because the first one I wanted to try, the idea is what they do. Okay, just to show you guys what they do, even though this is not the right style bangle, but the idea is you take the bangle, you cut it, okay, and then you get a pearl. Let me find a pearl, and I'm gonna get the resin too, but you get a pearl. Let's see what I got. I have to get these pearls out anyway, so these are gonna get ready for what we're doing. What's this? Those are birds, those are those. Okay, that's enough pearls there. And then let me see what I got in here. Excuse me while I get set up with all my stuff. Here's some more pearls. Here's some, I don't even know. Oh, those are mother of pearl. Mother of pearl usually have really small holes, so those aren't going to work. Okay, so as it goes on TikTok, why don't we just try one anyways? And then I have the resin too. So the idea is you take this is probably really dirty too. I don't know if I can clean it up. Do I have any others I got a few others here, but I think they're all a little tarnished. I actually bought these when I first moved to Montreal in the 90s, 89. So these are ancient. These are really ancient. And I got them in a craft hole, not a craft hole. So they're like an importation store. And so the idea is you take a pearl and you put it on the end and then you glue it in place. But See, this pearl has a really massive hole. I wonder if we have one with a slightly smaller hole. Let's see if we have one with a smaller hole. These are the teardrop pearls that I'm going to use for the, and then these holes are maybe too small. So we're going to see. I'm going to cut one of those off and see if that would work any better. Let's see if the hole is going to fit. That would be better. Yeah, so that's the idea. You do that and then you stick that on there. So hi, Lindsay. How are you? And Connie's here. Hi, Connie. And hi, Corey. Nice. Great. So we are doing what is called a Korean butterfly bracelet. It's a popular trend on TikTok. So people take a bangle bracelet and cut it and then they make a butterfly. So I'm going to try that and then I'm going to do it all in wire. And Mustafa, how are you? Mustafa, I'm using resin today. That's good timing that you came on because I'm going to see what I can do with some resin. So my table is a huge mess. And what I need to do is get a bit of jewelry glue. And I also have to pull out my resin. So I'm going to do that. I still have all those resin pieces you gave me, Mustafa. They're great. Okay, so let's do that. I've got the tape, I've got the thing, I've got all that. There's no butterfly shapes, eh? I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna put all those at the side. And I need a little bit of, I mean, I don't know, does the resin work like epoxy? I don't know if it would or not. We could try it. Okay, so let's get out our little resin thing. And do you have the day off today, Mustafa? Or it's not even daytime anymore. I don't know what time it is where you are. It's later. Okay, here is our resin thing. We are going to plug it in and we are going to plug it in. I was hoping my workspace wouldn't get so messy, but it got really messy. And I'm gonna just put on my gloves to attach the lid to the resin because once you get that stuff on your hands, it's really sticky. And I'm not gonna wear the gloves, but I will use them for this. Okay, so we're gonna get the gloves on. And I have more gloves like this too. 10:45 in California. Of course, it's earlier there. Yeah, cool. I went to LA years ago. And California is beautiful. We went in, it was February or January. Okay, so let's open up the resin. Oh, I'm gonna have to push it on the table to get it to open. There we go. And then you have to put the little nozzle on it. So we're going to put the nozzle on the resin. And there we go. Oh yeah, it's sticky. It's sticky, all right. So had I opened this properly, I wouldn't have to do this. But remember when I first opened the resin, I made a huge mess. But now that I know how to open it, if I bought another pot, I could open it properly. Okay, so let's go ahead, take the gloves off, and see if this would possibly work. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but what if we just put a little thing of resin on here, just a little dab. Whoa, oops, that's not good. Oh, that's a mess. That's a real mess. Okay, I have to clean that up. So let's just go with that. We're gonna space it because they do space it out a little bit. So if we go like that, we're gonna stick it in there. I don't know why my hands are shaky today. I noticed that earlier. I thought I was hungry, but I think they're just shaky. I don't know why. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Maybe I'll get a little bit more. Okay. And we're gonna just kind of get it right in there. There. Okay, it's a bit of a goopy mess, but what if we just stick it on here and right to the end, and then let's try to see if it'll set if we put it under there. So let's try it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We're gonna see. I'm free with all my exams. I'm waiting for my university. Oh, that's so cool. Wow, congratulations. That's amazing. Let us know about your university already. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Good for you. What are you going to study at university? That's so exciting. Okay, so we're just gonna see if this is going to set. We're not sure. And then to do the butterfly, what they did was they actually cut a shape out of plastic. So we're gonna see if this is gonna work too. It might or might not. I need some scissors, so let me get some scissors. And yeah, I'm happy to do this with you guys, because otherwise this would be a project I'd try on my own and it might take forever. So let's just do this and cut out some plastic. This is just a lid. Looks a little dusty. Let's try to wipe it off a little bit. Okay, and then this side, there. And then the idea was you just trace a butterfly, I guess. So I don't know if I drew a very good one, but we can, okay, so that turned off. We're gonna see if that's gonna actually set. And then to do the butterfly, maybe what I'll do is just draw one and cut it out might be the best way. And we don't want it too big, too small. Let me get some paper and a pencil. Okay, let's try this. We'll see if this is gonna work. And UV resin, yes. Yeah, the epoxy resin is a real mess, but it was Mustafa that suggested the UV resin. And it's sticky, but you don't have to mix it, which is great. So that's cool. So I'm just going to, oh, you know what we could do? We could do the halvesy thing where we fold this in half. It's going to be easier. So we're going to go like this and like that. And then just like keep it simple like that. Okay, we're gonna try that. Hopefully it's gonna be big enough. And then we're gonna cut this out around and around. Not too much in there. And then up. Okay, and hopefully this is gonna be big enough. Around and then down. So if we have our butterfly, then we're gonna open her up. Oh, I don't like that butterfly. Ooh, that did not turn out well. Let's try another one. Okay. A little more out, I think. Let's try that one. I did not like that shape. Whew. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. And this one. And around. And around. And around. Let's see if that's better. Hopefully. Okay, I make a lot of dried flower earrings. Ooh, beautiful. That's a great idea. Okay, so if we're gonna try something like that, let's try to cut it out and see if it's going to work. I might have to like fix up the shape after. It's a little tricky. I could have drawn it on there first, but I don't want to get marker or anything on there. So I'm just gonna do it like this. I can touch it up, but this will give us the basic shape. And then we can go from there. And this, I'm not 100% sure what I was thinking is going to work, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so we're gonna go around this. And yeah, this kit actually comes with a few dried flowers, which is interesting, but it would be nice with your own dried flowers. Okay, so this is, I'm just gonna smooth out the little sharp ends. We're gonna bring this one down. And see, you can kind of stick it on first, but I thought I'm gonna try to do a couple of holes to attach it. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I have this hole punch. We'll do a couple of holes because I think this, because my band is so small. Let's see if it's stuck. Oh, it's not bad. It kind of stuck. It's a little wiggly, but we're good. I think we're gonna go with this. I think it's stuck enough. With the resin, you can use regular epoxy if you want. And what I was going to try was, because what they do on the TikTok things is they put stickers on them. So let's see if we can get some stickers. And like I said, I'll link up some of those tutorials because that's not sort of my goal wasn't to do it that way, but I thought, well, we've got the stuff, so why not do it? So now we have these sticky sequins, and then basically this, I'm actually just totally replicating what they did in the videos. So we're gonna try this, and I'm gonna go to here, and then we're gonna cut it. Okay, and then this one, and we're gonna go around this one. Actually, let's start here because we want this right to the end. It's okay if they're not going to be totally even, and then we're going to go around. Okay. And let's clip that one. Okay. So we've got those, and we can still access that hole, which is great. I will keep those extra bits because we need to work with the long bits. The flower earrings, I'll add a butterfly nail sticker. Oh, cute. Good idea. Nail stickers. Ooh, that's smart. Good idea. I like that idea. Cool. I have to see about that. Amber sent me a bunch of nail brushes, like paint brushes that are used for nail art. And I thought that was really cool. So that's, I guess there's a lot of nail supplies that you can use for art, which is neat. Okay, so there we go. And then this one, we're gonna do the come in with this one. Yeah, it's good that these stickers are all together. Okay, and then how much in? Like that much, I guess. And then we're gonna go in here. And yeah, I think we just have to do all these bits separately. So around here, the one they did on TikTok, they seem to be able to continue the sequins all the way around, but these ones I find I have to clip them. So that's all right. Okay, let's do another one here. We'll reuse the one that we started with. Okay, and around, and around. These little bits, I think I'll just chuck because I have a lot of little bits. Okay, and then let's do another one. And how do you pronounce it? Is that a cicada? I think that's how you pronounce it. That's the heat bug. You're going to put that in resin? Cool. That's really cool. I'm not even sure what those look like. They're like little beetles, I think. Okay, and then this one. Let's start here. And then I think they just filled it in with stickers, which was kind of neat. But we're gonna see. Then, of course, the TikTok videos, they do it within a minute, right? So you can get a good overview of how to do this on those TikTok videos. There must be half a dozen of them, so I'll link them up. Okay, so there's that. And then I think they just filled them in with this stuff, as far as I remember. I guess you could put larger, I have some larger sequins. Let's see what I got here. Let me just see if I can find them. I just saw them like a second ago. Here they are. I could put these ones. Let's see these. I bought these for, I think, those Christmas cards that we made. I used them. Let's remove those and put this back. And let's see what we can do for this. So if we just, it's going to be faster if we just do some of these. Maybe we could do like a single one. They're hard to add though, because they're so small. Let's try that. Oh, I need tweezers or something. I mean, there are tweezers in the kit, in the resin kit. Oof, where did they go? I don't know if they're gonna help or not. Let's see. There were tweezers. Oh goodness. That's strange. I don't know where I put them. There were tweezers in the kit, and I don't know where I put them, so that's not very useful. But what if we just maybe tried to put a couple of these in here? That one and then a bigger one. This one's gonna be too big. Yeah, that's gonna be too big. So what if we put a couple of these? I will just do it quickly. Yeah, it's gonna take me forever to put those little ones. Oopsies, this one came off. We're gonna put this one here, and then another one, and another one, and a couple more. Happy to be using up these stickers because I've had them for a while, and I don't really use them for much. Are they gonna fit in there? Yeah, you have to force them in, I guess. And maybe one in the middle. We can put one in the middle. And but here, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit another one in there. If we push this one down a little bit, and then this one. You have to really push them though. We'll have to push this one down a bit more. Anyways, they're meant to be really flashy, so it's okay if we use the big ones for this. I think that's the idea. They're supposed to be really flashy, but I don't know if I can get this. I don't know if I can get this one in there. We have to really shove it in there, but now it's gonna ruin the other ones. If we push these over a bit, maybe. Yeah, if we just push those over and try to stick that in there, maybe. I think that's all right. It should be okay. I don't want to ruin this, but let's just see. Okay, I think if we just really shove it in there, it should be okay. Okay, so those are that. Let's get rid of the sequins so they're not in the way. And let's just push them down. And then what I was thinking is we could put resin on them, and we can crystal brooches. Cool. Yeah, I mean, they're very this type of thing is really popular, I think. And apparently they're Korean. Oops. They're supposed to be Korean style bracelets. So here, this isn't wax paper, so I hope it's gonna work. And yeah. So let's go ahead and just throw some of this resin in. Oh, hope it doesn't go over the edge too much. Oof. Okay, we're making a mess. And then we want to get it around. I have to take my glasses off. And we want it to go over all of these. Okay. Oh, there's probably gonna be bubbles, but that's okay. But the idea is to cover this whole thing with resin. Okay, we're gonna see what it's gonna do. It might come apart, but you don't know until you try, right? So let's go over here and here. And make sure everything is covered with the resin. Ooh, it's stinky. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and now I'm actually going to remove it from this one because already it's overflowed a bit. And I'm gonna bring it over to here. Okay, and now we are going to put it under here for a couple of minutes. I don't know how long, maybe Mustafa, you should know. Like, I'm going to put it for 2 minutes, I guess. I'll put it for the whole 150, which is more than 2 minutes. It's like 2 minutes and a bit. So that should be enough. And then the idea is to stick it on here, but I don't think we're going to be able to glue it on there without it falling off. So we're going to have to think of a way to do that. Okay, I'm missing comments. So sometimes flower, earrings, butterfly, yeah. Big bug comes out every 17 years, exactly. Yeah, the cicada comes out every 17 years, I think, the heat bug. Could also fill an empty nail polish bottle with UV resin. Ooh, smart. Can you buy empty nail polish bottles with brushes? That would be cool. That's really cool. Because I can't imagine you could clean old nail polish bottles, although I guess maybe if you put nail polish remover and rinse them out, you could. I like that idea though. That's a great idea. Okay, so we are getting there. We're gonna let that go, and I'm gonna put the resin at the side. And I think that's the only one I'm gonna do with resin. Oh, I could put the resin away. Let's do that. Just let us put the resin away so I can clean my hands. Okay, we're gonna do that. I'm going to put the lid away. I'm gonna put this away. I'm trying to clean up as I go, because the rest I wanted to do with wire. And I'll put these away. I'm gonna put my sequins away. Sorry guys to do my cleanup while you're here, but I really don't want this to be a big mess. So I'm gonna put those away. Put them in the folder with my stickers. And we're good. I don't know how long we have to let that go. I'm going to put away all my scraps here. And Mark just emptied the garbages, so I'm gonna fill them up again. Woo. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Do it on one side and then flip it over and do it once again. Oh, I have to do it again? Okay. I might or might not for this. We're gonna see. But you get the idea. You can definitely put a couple of layers of resin. So we let it sit for a little minute, I think. And then what I might have to do is wind it onto here because I don't think it's gonna stick. So let's get some skinny wire. I'm gonna get some like 24 gauge wire or something that I have here. And we are going to do that now. So let's move this. We're gonna see if it seems to have, yeah, I think it hardened. That's cool. And hopefully it won't all peel off, but see, this is the back. This is the front. You could do a few layers. You could definitely do a few layers, but because we're just doing a sample, let's just do that, okay? But definitely you can do more layers if you want. And for now, we're just gonna do the one layer to get an idea of how it would look. Perfect. So I am going to even close my box of resin. So if you guys don't already know, this is the resin that I use, the Let's Resin Kit. And it's fabulous. Yeah, it's really great. It's got everything you need to get started, plus some little dried flowers and glitter. It's got so many things. Now, let's double check that I think our holes will have filled up by now, but can we re-poke the holes? That's going to be our question. So I have my thing that if we want to re-poke the hole, one was about here. Ooh, please don't break. Aye. Okay. Okay. Oh, I think it worked. And then this one. Try to get right on the same spot. Okay. Hopefully this thing isn't going to snap right off, but it worked. It poked the holes in it, so that's a good thing. And now we have our wire. So let's cut a little piece of wire. Temu would have them. Temu. Yeah, I don't shop on Temu, but Amazon has this kit, and I buy a lot of my supplies too on Etsy. So there's, yeah, lots of places. So the idea behind this is they just would take this and glue it on here, okay? So that's what they did. But because this is really skinny, I'm not sure it's gonna stick. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe go up this way on them. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this way. So if I'm going up through the back, so that I don't have, the wire going across the sequin. So I just went across the back like that, okay? So we just did that, and from there, it's really cute. I'm gonna take a picture of that. This is actually better than I even imagined. Like I was for sure, I thought I was gonna scrap it, but it's not too bad. Okay, it's dark in here, but that's okay. Now, let's go ahead and attach this. Okay, and bring it around. Like if you don't like that end, we can wind it after. So what we're gonna do, you know what you could even do is now, where's my round pliers? We could just take, I really don't like that sharp end, so we can try to, if it's not too hard, for sure my other bracelet would have been too hard. So I'm just gonna bend it a bit back, okay? And then we're going to wind this on here. So we're gonna go through here, right in there, up on top, and around it. So we're gonna go around a few times. I feel like this resin's still sticky, but that's because I'm not patient enough to go over it a few times. Okay, so I've gone through a few times there, and then we're gonna go around a few times here. Get that out of the way. And we wanna make sure it's up enough though. Okay, let's go around another time. Okay, and then I'm gonna clip it. Remember, Mustafa, clip it. That's so funny. I wish I could find that lady that she did that. It was like a sewing tutorial, and she's like, then you have to clip it. And she said it about 500 times. Spiral, you could have made a spiral and stick the button. Yes, I thought about that. Yeah, I thought about that. If I was doing a wire, you do a spiral. Yeah, so Mustafa's right. You could do a, you could do your bracelet. You could do your bracelet. So you have your, and then you could do like some kind of spiral here. And then this is your pearl. And then you could just glue the butterfly on the spiral. That would be a good solution, because then you'd have a flat surface for it to sit on. But because of this, I'm a little limited with this bracelet. We're just gonna go with this and see how it goes. Can't believe that I'm using these bangles that I bought like 35 years ago. That's when I first moved to Montreal, and you really couldn't buy decent jewelry making supplies. And so I used to go to the wholesaler, the importation store that's imported all kinds of stuff from China, and they had all kinds of stuff like this. So this is actually really cute. And then now we're gonna have to pinch in this part here that I bent. And then that way, not only does it finish the end, but it makes it more solid. So guys, this is pretty cool. I don't know how they wear it, just like that maybe. We're gonna see. And then, because I like the idea of, I'm gonna have to look at the videos and see, but the idea is you just do cut it or flip it, yeah. So here it is, it's kind of cute. I'm not sure how I guess you can move that pearl a little bit over so it shows. I like the idea of it showing, but you can adjust this how you want and then wear it like that. So yeah, it's quite pretty. I mean, it's super cheap, but it's okay. It's really cute. I like it. So let's try to make one out of wire and see how it goes. So adorable. Thank you. Lindsay says, I tell my husband it doesn't matter if I have had it 30 years, I'll find a way to use it. Exactly, exactly. So this is 35 years and I've used it. Whoop, whoop. there we go. Throwback to my street vending days in Montreal. And actually what I used to do with these guys was I think I have a tutorial for it. I used to wrap them in leather and then wrap them with wire and beads, and they would be like, and sometimes not even beads, sometimes just leather. And then I'd make leather bangles. So that's why I bought them originally, was to make that kind of bracelet. Okay, now let's do this one where we start with the wire and the beads, and I'm gonna see what color I wanna do. I have copper, I have gold, I have silver. The silver's not very big, so maybe I'll use gold. And I have rose gold too, but I don't think it's very big either. So let's go ahead with those. And the other thing I do is I have this one, which is this massive thick wire that I bought to make, well, I don't even remember why I bought this originally, but I did use it to do the, let's not ruin our cutters, it's aluminum though. I did buy it for some other reason, but I use it to make those, they call them propagation jars. So you stick little buds or little sprouts from your, if you want to reproduce your plants. So this one, yeah, see, I don't even have a bead that fits on there. So this would be too thick. I couldn't do much with that. So let's scrap that idea of trying to use that. Move these over here. Oh, the other thing I thought about doing was making the outline of the butterfly and putting resin inside. That was the other thing I thought about, getting flat wire, which I have to find more flat wire because I am running out. But you could get this kind of wire. I'm going to use one that I have more of because I don't have much of the artistic flat wire, but I do have a fair bit of aluminum flat wire that I don't mind to play with. So what would happen if we tried, we're going to move on to this one after, but the idea for this, not sure if I'm going to do the resin or not, but the idea for this would be you would get a piece. Let's measure it. Okay, so 12 inches enough? Probably. So let's get 12 inches of, this looks like 3 or 4 millimeter flat wire. It might be 4. So 12 inches times 3 to 4 millimeter wire. I guess we can measure it, eh? Let's see. It's 4 millimeter. Okay. Now, what we would do is bring it up in the middle. We're going to fold it in half. Bring it up in the middle. And if you're using flat wires, I would advise, if you need a round form, to use your bail making pliers, because then you're going to get an even bend, whereas the round nose pliers are tapered, so you're not going to get such an even bend. We'll make pearls with UV nail gel stuff. Cool. Yeah, I've given up on my nails years ago, so I would not even attempt to do anything pretty on my nails, because unless there's some way to fix them, because they're so soft and so crinkly. They're very crinkly. I don't know if that's a health thing or a vitamin deficiency, but they're a little bit crinkly, and I get really bad hangnails too. So I should probably go for a manicure. I've had viewers say, you should get a manicure, and it's like, okay, well, let's weigh my options. I could be insanely creative and busy with creative projects, or I could have pretty nails. I think I know which one I'm going to choose, but c'est la vie, right? So I'm sorry if my nails are offensive, but this is you get what you get and you don't get upset. So now we are going to bend this and see what we can do with this. I don't know how big I should make this, or if I'm even making it big enough. But if we do that and then out again, maybe I should have cut this bigger. I don't know. We're going to see. And then this one, It's hard to get them even. I guess if I had drawn it out first, the likelihood of me getting them even would have been greater. But because I didn't draw this one, we're not sure if it's going to be even or not. No pretty nails here. Good. We're in the same club. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know how there's some artists. There's one particular woman, I don't remember her name, in the Wire Makers Club, but she has very, very long nails. And I don't even know how she works with those nails because they're so long. Like, or people that type. Sometimes you go to a store and people have these massive long nails and they're like click, 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 click. And I don't know how they, I don't know. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. I just don't understand it. So we're going to go down here and down here. And then what I had thought about doing was doing like a spiral thing. But then, I mean, you could still do the, what do you call it? You could still do the resin, but you'd have to go in between things. So how long should I cut these if I want to, if say I do want to do the spirals? I don't know how long you would cut these, maybe about 3 inches or something. We're going to try. So I will measure that to be sure. And then this one too. Okay. And then we're going to see, we're going to see how long these are. About 2.5 inches. So let me just do this. And this is going to be 2.5 inches. And from here, what if we just take our round nose bail making pliers. These are going to be too big, I think. I'm going to bring that one in and this one in. I'm not even necessarily going to resin this today, so I just want to play around with it to see what's possible. And bring that one around. Ooh, there's little flakes of snow outside. I was not expecting that. We still have our snow tires on, but we could probably take them off. It's even if it snows, it's not going to be enough that it's going to make it hard to drive. I wouldn't think. Famous last words. I better not talk so soon. Okay. I guess, Lindsay, you don't have to worry about snow in California. There we go. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but it's kind of whimsical. I don't mind it. And we're going to bring this one in a little bit. Well, now you can go in with your round nose pliers. Relearn how to type when I took my nails off. Oh, that's so funny. That's hilarious. Wow. I remember in high school, I used to, me and my friend Sharon used to grow our nails and put on like a lot of nail polish and stuff. And she had beautiful, long, strong nails, and mine were terrible. I don't even know why I bothered. But I think genetically, some people just have nice nails. Okay, we're gonna bring this one in. Now this is the idea. My spirals are not even at all. It's harder to spiral flat wire. But what I was thinking was you could do like some kind of resin butterfly, and then it would end up being flat. And then you can glue it on your, bracelet. So that could be cool too. I'm not going to resin it right now. And then if you find there's too much there, like I've definitely been known to clip my spirals. I don't know if I could do them. Oh yeah, here. You could pull it out and clip it. And then bring it in a little bit more. Either with the bail making pliers or with the round ones. So there's always a way to fix if your spirals end up being too like too tight, too big, too much wire. And then we can bring that in. There's always a way to fix it. I feel like probably I cut one longer than the other, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. But that's the idea. So what you can do from here is if you do want to resin it, I might resin it after. We're gonna see. And then you want it flat, and then you could put some pretty stuff in there, and then we can glue it on a bracelet. So that would be cute. And so, like Mustafa said, if you do want to do that, and you want to do, what have I got? Did I have silver wire? I have a little bit of silver wire. And but it's not, you might want a thicker wire. Or maybe you can hammer it to make it stronger. But the idea would be, you could take this and like a bezel. Bezel is like, you mean like a pendant type of thing? So I'm so confused with the terms sometimes because there's a bail and a bezel. Oh, a bezel holds the stone, right? I think that's what that is. Okay, so now, that'd be cute. So, whoa. Okay, so now, yeah, and I love that if I do anything on the live stream and you guys want to do something completely different with it, please do so and let me know so I can get some, you know, more ideas of what's possible. Like there's certain things I wouldn't have even thought of, but I love that idea, like a little bezel with a butterfly. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and do a little spiral. So this is going to be what you would have as a base. And then you could stick this on here. I don't know, there or somewhere. So there's enough, maybe here would be better and then you wouldn't see it underneath. But I understand what you mean, Mustafa. I like that idea. So let's try that. And then we're going to make a round shape for the bangle. If I have, oh, I think I left my round shapes downstairs, but I have that. Could work. So let's go ahead and do this. And sorry, it's gray outside today. If my lighting isn't great, it's because it's quite the, whoa, great gray day. Okay, now here's this. You can go ahead and make this whatever size you want. I don't think I have to make it too big. I mean, in theory, you could go around a couple of times if you wanted to as well. But let's just go ahead and clip that there. And we'll get our another bead. Let's try one of these ones again. This is the one, because the other ones had a way too big hole. I don't know if I have any with smaller holes than this. Maybe not. Oh, let's see if it's gonna fit. Yeah, and then you would just stick it on here. This time I could always use a glue, jewelry glue. Let me just see what I got over here. I might have some in here. Let me just double check quick. I had some of that E6000 stuff. That. And no, I'm not sure what I got here. Okay, what I might do is try to put it together later. So I'm going to put these ones at the side, and we're going to deal with those ones later. And I wouldn't mind to do some resin with the little shiny stuff, you know, that we've used before. E6000, yeah, exactly. If I could find it. So that's the issue, but that's okay. Let's do one of these. Oh, this was the other thing they did, was they wound part of it. You can wind part of it with wires. So you can go ahead and like wind some other wire around there if you want as well. Maybe on this one I would do that. I can wind a little bit of wire under here. I don't know if it'll make it stronger or what it'll do, but let's put those at the side. I'm gonna just put the bead on the wire for now and get some glue after. Put those at the side, grab a sip of water. Let's try this one. So I'm going to need quite a bit more wire for this, I think. I will remove this. Oopsies. Around. Okay, perfect. Nice. And I cut 12 inches. So this, I'm gonna need a lot of wire, I think. So let's cut 12 and 24. Because how much goes around the wrist? It's like 7 inches, 7, 14, 24, 10 inches. It's not going to be enough. So let's cut 3 feet of this. Okay, it might be too much, might not be enough. We don't know. Okay, so we're going to cut 3 feet of 16 gauge wire. Okay, now what we're going to do this time is we'll go ahead and get our pearl, and let me cut it off here. Oops, it's not cutters. But the other thing is that's pretty close. So we're going to go ahead and put the pearl in the middle-ish of the bead. And then we are going to just double check it's around in the middle. So we're going to go around one way. And the other way. And it's not going to look the same as the other one because it's not going to be just a bead stuck on the end. It's going to be surrounded with the wire. And then we need to stick the wire straight up. And if you don't want to break your nails, or if you don't have any nails, like I don't have any nails, we're going to just take this and bend it up at an angle. So there's one. And then the other one, I'm going to bring it around. And then we're also going to bend that up on an angle. Now this is getting quite far removed from the design, original design, but that's okay. This is, and I'm also, I think, going to have to wind some of these wires together. So this one actually, I bent it too soon, so I'm going to do that and bend it, fix my bend, because there was too much of a gap. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and wind these wires together. But do we want them beside each other? Yeah, let's just try this. So we're going to go here and here. And let's see. I think we're going to need a bigger, I should have straightened my wires to begin with. That wasn't too smart. Okay, so let's get our nylon jaw pliers and straighten them. Okay, and now I'm also going to find some wire. Maybe we'll wind it around the glass, and let's get some wire. I don't know what happened to all my wire. I think I need to order some more because I can't find any gold 20 gauge wire. I think I need to write a list. I think I either lost it. Here's like, this is really skinny though. That's 12, that's maybe 24 gauge wire. Let me look in the cupboard and see what I got. Oh, no, I have that. That's 18 gauge wire. Yeah, I think I have to order more wire, but I'm kind of worried Amazon blocked me because I returned too many things, so I can't order Amazon on my computer or my device. So I had to get Mimi to order me some stuff, because when I go on Amazon, let me know if you've ever had this trouble. It says everything says not currently available. So I think they blackballed me, and I'm not sure why. Attempt to twist the wire. Oh, now that's a good idea. Oh, that would save me a lot of trouble. Thank you, Connie. Yes, let's twist the wire. Okay, that would save me so much hassle. Okay, let's do that. Okay, we're gonna straighten those out then on either side. Oh, I'm sure glad I read that comment. That saves me a whole bunch of time. Okay, we're going to crisscross these, and there's little nicks in them, but that's okay. And I wonder if we can just like, we have to keep them out at an equal angle. Twisting is difficult for 16 gauge wire, but we should be okay. We're gonna do our best. This is not the way I usually twist wire, because I usually put this side over that side, but that's okay. I'm gonna do my best. Yeah, that's better. And this you can hold like a little handle, but see it's hard to hold them out at an equal angle because of, ooh, it's a wobbly twist, but let's try to get this. Let's try to hold it with this. Oh, I wish I'd twisted it the other way. Only because, unless I do it this way. Can I do it ambidextrously? That might work better. We're gonna see. If not, I'll go back to the other way. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, let's try this. See, I'm used to twisting the other way. This is driving me insane. I think I have to pull it back and twist the other way, because it's like there's a right and a wrong way. And I think I'm gonna have to straighten these out and twist the other way. You know, we all have our ways we're used to doing stuff. This is gonna be really crinkly now, but I find it easier to twist when the bottom wire goes over the top wire. And if I'm just gonna be struggling with this whole thing, I may as well start again. Okay, so let's just try to start again. It's a big mess. It's such a big mess, but that's okay. Let me just battle with this for a minute. Okay. Trying to straighten it out as much as possible. Excuse me while I'm off camera. These wires are really long. Okay, so let's try this. So they're a bit of a hot mess, but it's going to be easier for me to twist it that way. So I like to put this bottom wire over the top wire, and we're going to see watch it not even work. Okay, and then we do it this way. It's just, I guess because I'm right-handed, I just find it easier. And the first part's going to be a little crooked. It's just easier for me to keep them at an equal angle if I do it that way. I should have done that to begin with, knowing that the other way is a struggle, but it's like infinitely easier this way. And even though that's a little crinkly at the beginning, my hands are not going to forgive me for this, but that's okay. Okay, we're going to go around. Actually, I just had an order for a cake topper to do with this wire, and I don't usually offer gold wire anymore because it's hard on my hands, this weight of gold wire. And but it's my friend who got married 10 years ago, and it's her 10-year anniversary, so I'm doing an anniversary topper for her, and she wants it in gold, so that is why we're doing gold. Now, bangle bracelets are about, I don't know, 7 inches or something. So let's start measuring this to see where we're at. Yeah, it's definitely easier to, yeah, so we're just about 7, maybe one more. It depends on your size. So let's straighten this out a little bit. do it by hand, or you can do it with the nylon jaw pliers. Okay. And let's go around. My mom's Amazon account is the same problem. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Do you know why, Mustafa? Like, I'm slightly flabbergasted. I really don't know why. Okay, this is too big now. Okay. Yeah, it's only started happening recently, and I'm not sure why. It's very strange. Okay, so let's bring this one around. I might have to do more twist because this looks like it might not be big enough. I'm bringing it around a smaller loop because it's going to be better if you do it around a smaller one and then you can loosen it up. But yeah, I think we're going to have to do it a little bit more. Okay, so let's just do a few more. There, there. See how much easier it is when you twist that way? Oh yeah, okay. Oh, this is so cute with the twisted wire, Connie. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so much easier, so much easier. Okay, good. Oh, now I'm getting junk all over my table. Okay, so that's good. So let's go ahead and try to do the butterfly. And let me see what I did here. Okay, so we go up and around here. And we're gonna go up and around. Or the other thing we could do is we could try our hack. Do you think that would work? To try our hack for the butterfly? We're gonna see. Because I have a lot of trouble with symmetry, but would that work that way? We're gonna see. I need a round form, and that, and this one. And I have some water. And we're going to take this and try our, let me just see, okay. I'm gonna bring this one around. And then we're going to get our, oh, it's getting really dark, guys. Around here. Okay, around here. Just so they're somewhat equal in size. We're gonna hope this is gonna work. And then around here. And then around here. And I think these wires might be a little too long, but better too long than too short, that's for sure. Okay, so we've done this. Let's take a picture of that, shall we? Let's do it. Mustafa, I had a chat with the Amazon customer service people. They said it's because you have returned too many orders. Ooh. Interesting. So is that permanent? Because that's good to know. I have returned a lot of things. That's very interesting. Ooh. I wonder how to regulate that. Because that's not going to be good if I can't order on Amazon anymore. But I have, to be honest, I have returned a lot of stuff. Because there's a lot of not good quality stuff on Amazon. I kind of figured that was why, but I was hoping it wasn't why. And there's not much you can do other than open, I guess, another account. But even at that, they're going to know, like, with the credit card and stuff. Okay, so here's this. And, well, you'd think they would have given me a warning or something. Oh, well, I guess I'll be shopping on Etsy. Okay, so let's do this, which often Etsy has more or less the same stuff. It's just you don't get as much free shipping with Etsy. But maybe I could talk to a customer service person on Amazon and see how to fix it. Okay, I'm gonna bring this one up here and up here and around here. My wings are getting a little bit distorted, but that's okay. And I think what I'm going to do, let me just see. Because I could go ahead and do some little antenna things, which would be cute too. I have extra wire because maybe what I can do that. Let me just see what I feel like doing. But also you don't want it to be too, how do you say, not cumbersome, but too like to catch on things either. But I did kind of want to fill the wings in with beads. So that was what I was thinking for that. So let me leave these for now. And I will get some beads. Because I have these beads that I thought would be interesting. These ones. And there we go. We're going to do that. And do that. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, because if I can't order on Amazon anymore, I'm going to cancel my Amazon Prime. Because that doesn't make sense to have Amazon Prime if I can't order anything. Unless they just put you in a timeout for a little bit. I have a notice for permanent disability of the account, but there is a possibility to recover the account. Ah, okay. Wow. Well, be that way. I will definitely cancel my Amazon Prime if that's the case. And, you know, it's a shame, but say, Levy, I wonder if they're going to send me the one I ordered through a different device, or they're just going to like cancel the order, because they also might do that. Well, okay, so let's get some gold wire to attach the beads. And yeah, imagine, eh? No warning, no anything. Like no warning whatsoever. They could have said, oh, you can't return this because you've returned too many things. What was the last thing I returned? I returned, oh, it was a keyboard because it didn't work. Like, what do you expect me to do? That's strange. Okay, let's go around here and wind this a few times in place. Okay, and then this one over here. And then now we're gonna bead up these wings. And I do want to put some pearls. So how can we bead this so it's nice? I think I need some better pearls, because right now all I have are these very plasticky white pearls from the dollar store. Shall I start writing a list? Let me get a list. Okay, so we need 20 gauge gold and silver, and I need pearls. 4 and 6 and 8, but nicer pearls, like not these dollar store pearls. Let's see what I can do here. I'm going to put this one in here, and we're going to put this one here. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Maybe they could just disable returns. They could do that. I didn't even think about that. Is this going to work like this? Maybe a little bead too. I just have to grab more beads. I will be right back. I'm going to get some 4mm beads from downstairs. I'll be right back. I got some more beads. There we go. Perfect. Oh, these ones look really yellow. Those are from the basement, so maybe we'll get rid of those. But I have these ones, and I have some medium ones. I would say talk to customer service because most of the times they... Yes, I agree with you. Yeah, usually their customer service is really, really good. I agree with you, Lindsay. I love this community. I look forward to these live streams every week. Honestly, this is like the highlight of my week because not only is it social, but also it's very inspiring, and we all support each other, which is amazing. Yeah, we can't live in a bubble, right? As much as sometimes we would like to, it's not practical and not possible to live in a bubble. There we go. Now, let's see if this is going to work. I didn't realize I had so many pearls. Okay, now that's pretty good. There's like that. I'm just playing around with that. Maybe we can I'm just gonna push this down in there a little bit more so it sits in a little better. And then I could have also put a bead there. Let's just try two ways. We're gonna try that way. And then we're going to try this one. And then this one. Yeah, I keep wanting to do more live streams on my art channel too, but there's only so many hours in the day, so hopefully at some point. No, I think I like it the other way. Let's go back. And we are going to do this, and this, and this. Yeah, and I'm also going to do another 10-day wire challenge coming soon, but probably that'll be more in April, May, maybe May, because April I want to do one on the art channel. And you know, at least I have the format for those now. Like when I first used to do the challenges, there was a lot of troubleshooting and figuring out how to do things, but now it's much easier because, you know, I have a format with the thumbnails and with the prizes and the editing and all that stuff. It's much, much easier. Anytime you do anything repeatedly, it gets much easier. And I found the same thing with Live Wires for the Win. The first season, well, first of all, I hemmed and hawed for 2 years because I wanted to do it, but I didn't know how to do it. And then the first year was a lot of troubleshooting and figuring it out and hours editing and stuff like that. And then after that, it just got easier. And then now I love the part where you guys can vote and give feedback, and it's become a real community thing, which is nice. Okay, so here's the pearls so far. I feel like I want to add more in there. But let's go ahead, rather than doing anything with those, let's get some more wire and add some more beads. And I don't know how much, maybe at least 12 inches, maybe more. We can always add wire when you're adding beads. Okay. And now we are going to, this one's going to go here. So that'll want to come here. And then this one, I'm going to go around and around. And then these are going to go this way. I'm going to go down. And I'm actually going to come around this way to really secure it in place. And this one too, we're going to go down and around and up. Okay, so now these are secured in place. We're going to get them to the corners there. It's a lot of wire we're winding around, but if you use a 24 gauge wire, it's pretty flexible, easy to work with. Now, do we want to do the same thing? Maybe the bead should be a little bigger. We're gonna see. So what if we do one of these, the This is I believe it's a 3mm. This is a 6mm. And then this one. So these beads are going to be slightly bigger on the top because the top wings sometimes are bigger than the bottom wings. That one doesn't have a good hole in it. And hearts. Oh, is that Mirta coming, or is someone else giving all those lovely hearts? Usually it means Mirta's coming, but I haven't seen her for a while. I love those hearts. Okay, so these are a little bit bigger. Oh, maybe we can even do a little bead there. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's you! Awesome, Mirta. I love how you announce yourself. That's amazing. Hi, Mirta. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. We haven't seen you on the premieres either. So thanks for making it. That's awesome. Yay! I love your trademark hearts. Okay, so this one, yeah, we could go ahead and do more beads like that, I guess. We're gonna see around here. I don't know if we're gonna have enough space on the bottom one or not. I might have to pull this one back. We're gonna see. And let's do this one. Nice. Mirta's in the house. Yes, absolutely. There we go. Let's do this one. And where's my other little bag? I have to make sure I have the right size ones. This is about I don't have a lot of no, this isn't 3mm. This would be 4 or 5. This would be 5mm. I don't have a lot of 5mm beads, but the pearls, they seem to be, because that's 4, this must be 5, and that's 6. And then this is the teardrop. I'm gonna put that through there. Some of these pearls are a little plugged. Okay, and this one. There we go. And we'll want to fill it in a little bit more, I think, with some more beads. But for now, we've got our basic starting point with the beads, with the pearls. And then we want to come in and do some more. So let's bring the wire down a little more. I do like the structure for this one. So the twisted wire was a great solution. And this seems to be a nice, solid design, which is great. Okay, so there's that. Why don't we try to do maybe one of those larger beads? This might be too big though. We're gonna see. Because these look more like 10mm rather than 8, but my 8mm are really white, which I'm not sure I want. But see, this bead's a little big now, but I guess we could do it in there. Let's see how that's gonna go. And the 6, we're gonna see. I don't mind if it gets pushed over because that fills in the space a little more. Let's just do that because I'm gonna A, run out of time, and B, run out of beads. I'm gonna bring that one in here and up. And I don't mind the contrast with one being quite large. And we're gonna bring that to the back. Okay. And we'll do something with that after. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. And this big bead matches the one on the end of the bracelet, which is cool. We'll bring that one around here. Maybe one more time, like the other side, to match it. And I'm going to cut off another one of these beads. I don't know where I got these pearls. I think somebody had given me a whole bunch of beads, and I think this was in that collection. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Nice to see you. We're just winding down, getting towards the end here, and we're making a bracelet inspired by some Korean style bangle bracelets. And we did one with resin that was super fun. And then this one, which with the wire, which of course is why we're all here, is for wire art. There, so if I push that in there, it sits in there nicely. And then we're just going to bring the wire through here. And make sure it's nice and snug. Around a couple of times. There, put a good little tug. And maybe one more time through. Okay. And we're going to clip that. I'll try not to clip through the other wires. There we go. Perfect. Now we filled in those top wings. Fits more or less. And then the bottom wings, let's do the same thing where we push it down a little bit. And now we're going to do a slightly smaller, like maybe we'll do the 6mm at the bottom because the 8 is a little big. In fact, like I said, I'm not even sure that's 8. I think it might be 6. So let's, or 10. So let's put this one in here. I'm good, just putting my resin molds away. Nice. Ah, cool. What are you making with resin? We just did a little resin. So we're going to do that one here. And maybe a little bead again. Yeah, I don't do a lot of resin other than when I come on the live streams. But it sure is fun, that's for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this one here. And then I might even put some more small beads. I'm going to come around here and down here. And maybe I'll just do a few more small beads since we have them here. Put those here and put 2 more on here. And then, as always, guys, I'll put some pictures of these in the community section so you guys can see how they look. And if anyone wants to make one, you'll have some pictures to go by. Now, do I want to put 3 or 2 there? I think just 2. I don't want to run out of room. So I am going to bring this here, around here, and just wind it around. And then if you don't want it to slide, you can wind it on the other side of that wire too. And that just really anchors it in place. And then around to the back, clip it, pinch it, and then the other side, and we're done. We're going to bring this one up here and up here. Hopefully this wire's long enough, otherwise I'll have to add a wire, but it should be okay. And we need the 6mm and the 4. So here's the 6 here, and pretty as always, thank you, 4 clock molds. Ooh, cool. That's really cool. Now we're going to bring that one in here. So we're going to actually, oh, this one should be okay. I'm going to bring it down here and then around underneath. Okay, so that's just in place. And then this one down and around here. And a couple of little beads and we're good. That's it for beads. And then I have to figure out if I want to do antenna or what I want to do with those ends, because I just left them not being quite sure what I wanted to do. And we're going to bring this one around. We'll give that a little tug. And to this side, a little tug. Okay, now we're going to clip that one. Give that a little clip. So So those little ends are done. Butterfly is done. That's a lot of pearls. Anyways, it's a little busy, but that's okay. And I mean, sometimes I do like a little pearl head too. I could have done something like that, but I don't want this to be too messy. So what I might do is just take one of these wires and see if we could finish it off somehow. Because I think I'm gonna maybe make one of them into a spiral, but I also want to finish one off. So if I just take this and bring it around to the back, let me just see what it's doing here. I just have to take off my glasses. We can try something like that. So we take this, because I think antennas are going to be very cumbersome. So I'm just clipping this one off and bringing it around just to secure it in place so it doesn't come undone. And it's hooked around there, and it will be covered by the other one. So the idea is you just hook it, latch it, so that'll hold in place. And then this one, what if we did a spiral? I will measure how much I need. 2 max, maybe less for the spiral. So let's cut it at 2 inches and see. I'll write that down. It's good for my own sake to do that. Kind of like chunky beads. Look, thank you. Well, I'm happy that that it's okay then. So this is, I'm just going to write that for the spiral. And then this extra wire then we can clip, because I don't need that after all. And where was that one? Yeah, this one can just get clipped out because we don't need this wire after all. So that one's going to get clipped. It was just wound around here. So we can go ahead and just, that was that extra wire that we had at the beginning. And now we can get our round pliers and do a spiral. And the sky is the limit with this. If you guys want to do different type of beading for the butterfly or anything that you like, we're just going to bring this one in and then get our nylon jaw pliers. Whoopsies, got little strings. I have a lot of beads to clean up after this. Around, and around, and around, and around. This one's really stiff. I'm gonna have to get more plastics for my nylon jaw pliers, because I really, I am not gentle with them. Okay, so that way there's a little spiral for the head. It could have been bigger or smaller. And here is, you can wind this around. I guess you could even, like, if you wanted the wings more bent up, you can mold the wings into any shape that you want. You can move this down a little bit more if you want to cover that end that we did in there. You can, and like I said, you can bend these ends up if you want. If you don't want it flat, you could bend them up so they look more like they're flying. And then this one, you can mold it how you want. This is a 16 gauge wire. I'm not 100% sure what this, how it's supposed to sit like that. I guess you can figure that out. And then the idea would be that it sits, well, it's going to dangle, it's going to do weird stuff. But if you just hold it like this, it looks really cute and super. I don't know how you're going to get, I guess you could use it as a clamp, like you could clamp it in, and it won't be more like a bangle. It'll be more like a, what do you call those clutch type things? But it's really cute. Love the butterfly. Thank you. Plastic pliers. Yeah, they're really handy. Good. Great idea. Be a great paw print. Ooh, that'd be awesome. Perfect. So guys, what did we do today? We did that one. And We started another one that we didn't finish, but this one I might do later with the resin. So just to put some resin in there, and then you could actually stick it on top, which would be cool. But it's already 3, so I don't know if we have time for that or not. And then we have this one, which was the more like the ones that you see on TikTok with the sequins and stuff, and that goes on there. So let me know which one that you like. I might keep working with this one, but if you guys have to go, don't worry about it. I'm gonna keep working with this one. Amber, if you have to go, don't worry about it. I think I'm just gonna keep going with this one because I won't get around to it if I don't. So let's go ahead and do this. We're gonna get out this again. I'm gonna put some of this stuff away. And yeah, and anyone has to go, please don't worry about it. I will just continue with this and for another like 10 minutes to do the resin, and then that should be good. I'll put some of this stuff away, and that there, and then we need the tape. And I need some scissors there. Oh, no problem. Yeah, thanks forever. Whoever has to go, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna continue here to do the resin, and we will see you the next time. I've got, oh, well, there you go. Perfect. Well, if you have to multitask, please don't worry about it, because this is just a little add-on that, because if I say I'm going to do it later, I might run out of time, and I might run out of motivation because I'll have other things to do. So let's go ahead and make sure this is about in the right place. We're going to put this down and that down, and we are going to put these down and hope this is going to work out. Oh, I'm also going to get the toothpicks. Okay, perfect. So we've got that. And now okay, so I have toothpicks to help spread the resin, and we're going to put the lid back, but I will get my glove because otherwise it's a big mess. So let me just put the other lid back on the resin there, and oopsies, that one. Yeah, this stuff is really sticky. Before you cure it, it's very, very sticky. Okay, there we go. Now, let us remove some of these things and have a little bit more working space. I'm going to remove the ones we finished, and we're going to get out the light again. I think I'm going to leave that phone because I don't know what that is. I might have to answer it, but we're going to see. And we're going to do this and move this. Maybe I'll try to put the glue, the resin, the ball on it again, because that worked all right before. And What's this? I'm not sure if that's a mixing thing. Do you guys remember what this is? Oh, that's from the what do you call it? The toothpicks. Okay. Now, let us get a little scrap. Could even be a little piece of paper this time. We're just gonna, because otherwise it went all over the place before. And we're going to dip the end of the wire in the resin. And then we're going to bring it in the pearl. Okay, and we're gonna put it under here, and I hope it's gonna work. I can't see it. Go right to the end. Okay, let's try that. Okay, we're gonna hope that's gonna work. If not, I could go over it another time. And bodyguard. That's cool. So let's, what are we gonna do? What do we want to put in this? Let's start by doing a very thin thing of resin. Just a little bit. And here. And maybe here. And a bit here. Okay. And maybe a dot in there. Okay, it's a bit of a mess. And then we're going to spread it. So we have a thin coat to start. Let's do a little thin coat. And more here. Here. Okay, and here. And here. Okay, so let's, after the thing with the pearl is done, we're gonna put this one in for a couple of minutes. And then I might put beads in there. I'm not quite sure. I guess I could also put those glittery things again, but let me just look at my beads, because I do have these seed beads that I could do. And then we'll do another thing of resin, and then we'll be done. And while that's going, I'm just gonna put away my wires, and then we're going to do the other resin. So when that shuts off, I will put away my, here, I'm gonna put away all my different wires in different places. I'm gonna put that away. And then when that goes off, I will put it on the butterfly. I'm just gonna put, okay, so now I'm gonna put it on the butterfly for 2 minutes, or whatever that 150 is. Make sure it's centered, and then we'll go from there. There we go. Hello. Just finishing up the live stream. There we go. We're gonna put these away, 16 gauge away. Okay. There we go. And that one. There we go. Multitasking. And when that goes off, we'll choose, I'm thinking to do seed beads, but we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna put these pearls away. And put some of this stuff away. Oh my God, I made a mess. You guys could see my table. It's a big mess. So we're just gonna get some of this little stuff away. Those ones. And hopefully that'll be enough time for, let me know, Mustafa, if that's enough time for to cure the first layer. It's a very thin layer, so it should be okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I've got those. I think that's it for the pearl. That one, that one, that one. Perfect. We're getting there. Okay, that landed on the floor. Now, we're gonna move that one. Autocorrect. Taller than a resin. Yeah, resin is so fun. I sent some to my sister, and she is making bookmarks. So it's like a wire bookmark form with like a little frame, and then she fills it in with some of her art and some resin. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, they're really cool because it makes them very solid. I like the idea of combining resin with art, like even a watercolor painting or something. It's definitely something I want to pursue because years ago I used to do stained glass. So I put a watercolor painting in stained glass, and it was really pretty, but stained glass is labor intensive, and I don't really do it anymore. It's pretty toxic. Oh, not that resin isn't, but okay, so there's that. Perfect. Yeah, her bookmarks turned out so well. Okay, now what do we want to do? Do we want to add beads? Do we? I don't know if we want to add more pearls and do the resin, or more beads, or shiny beads. Yeah, I don't know how well these beads are going to go in there. Because if we put a bead in like that, I mean, it could be okay. I don't know what would happen if you just put a bunch of random beads. There's these ones that are kind of pearly too, but I'm not sure about them. Let's see what other beads I have. I have my regular beads, but I don't know if the miracle beads are going to work well with that or not. Yeah, I'm not loving the seed beads. I really don't know what happened to my tweezers. That's the problem. I had tweezers with the kit, but because I have also the miracle beads, but they're gonna, if they're gonna sit with the hole at the top, they don't look so good. You almost need like just little, you know those little beads that don't have holes in them? I think they're for maybe scrapbooking or something. I also have ball chain, which is interesting, but I don't know how you do that. Or maybe just simply put the sequins again. But I don't know how well those would look either. Let's have a look at them and see. See, there were these sequins, but they might not be easy to get in there. Let's see. Because if you put these in here, I don't know if they're, yeah, they're not gonna, I don't think they're, well, they sort of stick to the resin. But they're kind of deep in there, so I don't think that's gonna, that looks a little funny. I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, what about the dried flowers? That might be interesting. Let's see what those would look like. I don't know if those would go in there or not. I mean, they might look interesting. I really wish I had my what do you call it? Tweezers. Yeah, I don't know how these are gonna look. I could use pliers. Let me just see. Let's just see how it would look with the pliers. These seems really fragile, so. I mean, yeah, I don't think they're gonna go in there. I feel like the beads are my best bet. I mean, that's okay like that. The little flowers. Let's see. They don't really match. but they're okay. Would you also put beads? Let's just see. I don't know if you'd also put beads in there, maybe not. I'm undecided because I don't know what's gonna look good. I'm gonna take these out for now. There we go. And take this one out. Okay, whoops. Now what if we put, I don't think I have any beads that don't have holes. I'm gonna go back to the pearls for a sec and see how they might look. And then we'll try to make an executive decision about what to do. And the flowers are cute. I think I might have to put more resin though for them to sit properly. Let's see about these, because these, I'm not sure how these are gonna look because of the holes, but I guess you could go in with a wire and try to adjust them so that the holes aren't showing. It's the only problem with the flowers is they're a little flat. So, I mean, it could work, but you might have to build up the resin a little bit more for it to look right. So I don't mind this, and I wouldn't mind to see how it's going to work. So let's try that. And then I'll get a little piece of wire ready that I can adjust them so the holes aren't in place. And we're gonna see. Because I do like the idea of trying to do something with beads and the resin. But I agree with you, I do like the flowers. But for now, let's try with the resin. I should have maybe put a little bit of wet resin first. Live and learn, eh? Because maybe a little bit of wet resin underneath the beads would have been better. Oopsies. We're gonna see. Okay, let's get our wire. Oh, Connie has to go. No worries at all. Bye, Connie. Thanks for hopping on. And yeah, we went a little overtime, but otherwise I won't ever get this done. So let's just do it. Now, I'm trying to move these in a way that you don't see the holes because I don't want them to really look like beads. So if we could even just move the holes to the side a little bit, I think that would be good. And then this too. Now if you had those little beads that don't have holes, you wouldn't have to worry about that. And I think you can get those at scrapbooking places. So I'm just trying to adjust these in a way that they're not too cramped. And actually, if you're wiggling them around like this, it might get some of the resin underneath the beads too, which is good. And I feel like that one's smaller. I think I have a little dud bead that's smaller, but that's okay. Is it smaller? Is that my imagination? No, maybe not. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this under the lamp. But also, do we want something here? Let's add a little more resin. That's okay if you go over the wires. I'm not going to worry too much. But what if we put a little bead in each of those? Is it going to fit? Ooh, we should have made those bigger. That would have been better if we had opened up the resin a little bit, or the wire a little bit. See, those loops are too small. I would have liked to put beads in there, but my loops aren't big enough, so let's not worry about that. We're just going to try to fill this up with resin to this surface. Or maybe put one in there. We could do that. Okay, let's get it back. And if it's too small, I can put a bigger one. Like we could put that there, maybe a bigger one. Oh, where did I put my bigger ones? Maybe the 3mm one. Let's see. Ooh, I'm gonna have to open the window. It's really stinky in here. There we go. I'm just gonna check the window. There we go. Okay. So let's put one slightly bigger bead here and see if it's gonna, oh, no. No. It's also too big. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the little one in there. There we go. That's all right. Put a little more resin. Okay. I'm just gonna see, I have to fill them up. Hopefully it's not leaking in there. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put this under here for another, whoops. And then I'm gonna try to attach it to the bracelet and that'll be it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna put my stuff away. I'll try to recuperate those yellow flowers. Those were really pretty. I hope they didn't get damaged. It should be all right. I like that idea though of the flowers in the butterfly. Yeah, really cute. And I'll put some of these beads away. And then we'll go from there and see if we can attach it to the bracelet. And then that'll be it for today. We did a lot and we figured a lot of things out. A lot of things that worked, some things that don't work. I was surprised with the resin. It worked well, like quite well. And we'll definitely keep using the resin on the live streams. I really like it, but I don't get around to using it other than during the live streams. So while that goes on, I'm just going to put away my wire. Okay, and we'll put away the other ones. There we go. Okay. And put my lids away. Used to take me forever to clean up my stuff, but now I have a little bit of method in my madness. There. Perfect. So we just finished that. Put my tools. These are my downstairs tools. So I'll put my downstairs tools downstairs. And we'll put these ones away. The ruler. And let me know if you guys have any ideas for next week, because I don't have any plans for next week for the live stream, but I like doing things that you guys ask for because it keeps things interesting, and you guys have all kinds of really cool new ideas, so that's awesome. I'm going to put the paintbrush in a bag, and I'll have a sip of water, put the tape away. We are almost there. Oh, it went off. Now, let's go ahead and try to attach this. Well, we'll give it a second to cool. And hopefully the resin worked on the bead. I have to put my toothpicks back. Let's remove this. Okay, we won't look too close. Okay, so let's remove this, and hopefully the beads are gonna stay. Mustafa, do you do that? You put, I don't remember, do you put the beads inside? Wow, it worked well. I don't know if you guys can see that. Looks good, I like it. It's fun, but you really have to wiggle it around so you don't see the holes on the beads. And then the idea, so this is Mustafa's idea, you could hammer that too so it's even more flat. And then the idea would be to stick that. If we stick it on so this bead ends up being in the middle of the, okay, but question, how are we gonna do that? And then put it under the lamp. I guess we're gonna have to do this because I don't really want to stick my hands under a UV lamp. We can form this again after. Okay, we're gonna do this because we want it to sit flat. There. Okay, making sure it sits really flat. Okay, we can fix that after. And let us get our, well, maybe we should have kept the tape there. Let's bring the tape back. Oh, can I pick it out of the garbage? I can maybe pick it out of the garbage. Okay, let's bring the tape back. We're gonna put the tape here. Okay. I just don't want it on my paper, although the paper's already yucky. Let's go ahead and put some resin on the spiral. Okay, and put the butterfly, oh, it has to go this way, on the spiral. This goes in the middle. Boom. And let's put it, boy, it was providential that you're on the live stream today, Mustafa, because I would not have thought of that. So let's try this and see how it goes. And then that'll be it. I'm gonna start putting away my resin. Let me get my stuff here in my box. And we're gonna get the gooey lid. Remove the gooey lid. Put it in the box. Put on the good lid. Next time I buy resin, I'm gonna know how to open it, although I think I have a lifetime of resin here. There we go, perfect. So that's that, and I will flip the screen very soon. Just getting my stuff tidied up, putting stuff away, put away my pearls, and we will be good to go. That goes away, and that, excellent. And then I'm gonna go out for a coffee. I have some free coffees from the Roll Up the Rim to Win with Tim Hortons. So I'm excited about that. It's a win-win, exactly. It's a total win. And say hi to your family for me too. I hope everybody's doing well and life is good. There we go. We were actually thinking of you the other day because there was a House Hunters International, and they were, a couple was purchasing a house in India. Now I forget what city it was, but we thought about you. There was some beautiful architecture and art. Like all the houses had such beautiful ornate art. It was really, really nice. It's like traveling without leaving your house. Yeah, it was cool. Very, very cool. So guys, there's probably a couple of seconds left and then we'll be good. And what I could do is I could even flip the screen, and I'll just when it goes off, I'm going to show you guys. So let me flip the screen. So now I have to reverse it. There we go. Perfect. So now my hair's a mess. That's okay. It's statically too. I have my favorite shirt on. Art is never a waste of time. That's my favorite shirt. And oh, how come it's so low? I guess maybe I could move this up a little bit. Let me move this up a little bit. There we go. Perfect. So the light just went off. I'm going to remove that and pick it up. So I'm going to just let it cool for a sec. So here is this. I will need my round form again to form the bracelet. So let me get that again. And then I'll show you guys everything that we did. Happy crafting, everybody. Here, we're going to remove this. Thanks so much, Amber. Thanks so much always for hopping on and moderating the chat. So here's the back. Whoopsies. There's the back and the front. It's really cool with the beads. I really like it. Hopefully it's solid. I could have done more resin or maybe kept it in for longer, but what I'm going to do now is bring it around the round form. Probably should have used a bigger round form. This is what I'm going to use for now. The bead seems to have sat all right on there. So let me just slowly, if I use a better round form maybe, because mine was too small. But this is the idea of the bracelet. So it works, it's pretty good, eh? It's not too bad. And we're going to, I guess, try to put it on. There we go. So it does do weird dangly things, but I think there's a way you could clamp it to your arm maybe. I never really saw a video of anyone wearing them. So let's show the 3 that we did. So we did this one first, which is, you know, it's very crafty with the plastic and all that, but it's cool. And then we did this one, and Connie had the idea to twist the wire, so that one's cool. And there's that one. So thank you guys, everybody, for hopping on. That was so much fun. And thank you, Mustafa, for hopping on. I know you get really busy. I'm glad you had some quiet time. Good luck with your university stuff. Let us know where you're going to be going next year and what's up with that. And again, thank you, Amber, always for moderating the chat. Thank you, everybody, for your great suggestions and ideas. And we will see you the next time. Bye.